What up, family? It's J-Wro here with the Lolo, talking to you guys about food combining and recipe development. So one of the big questions I've been getting recently from several people is like, J-Wro, how do you know how to combine everything in your recipes? Like, you've got these herbs and spices and superfoods and just ingredients in general as a chef, and to make your nutrition and your recipes optimal, how the heck do you choose what to put together? So dig this, y'all. I'm going to answer those questions as succinctly and easily as I can and give you guys some tips on how I put recipes together and what my approach is to combining ingredients and my basic philosophy with food combining. Okay, so let's start with food combining. This is one of the oldest topics in the raw food, superfood, vegan world of what to put together for maximum digestion, maximum nutrition, maximum assimilation. And there's a lot of schools of thought on what to put together to optimize all of those things. What I like to do is just think intuitively, right? So I do know that as far as foods go, the things that are most water dense, right? So melons, any kind of honeydews, watermelons, cantaloupes, are the most water dense fruits you can eat. So you want to eat those alone because they have the highest amount of assimilable water content. So a general rule of thumb as far as food combining that I adhere to is things that are really water dense, which means they're really going to digest the quickest. Another way of saying it is they have the highest transit time in your digestive tract. Right, melons, you can get melons through in like 15, 20 minutes. They say you should wait about 15 to 20 minutes before you eat anything after you eat anything in the melon family. Really water-dense fruits, I don't generally combine with denser foods like really heavy proteins. Eating like a dense tempeh or a dense soy meat or something like that with watermelon or cantaloupe, your gut may or may not have the best time pushing those things through, because again, your watermelon, your melons, your water-dense foods, your berries, your fruits want to digest the quickest, and the proteins in the heavier, denser, fattier foods take a longer time to digest. So what happens? Okay, so you eat like some really dense, fatty, protein-rich foods with some melon or some fruit. What happens is the fruit is trying to digest, and the protein is sitting with it, and you get fermentation in your gut. And that's when the farts come, that's when the gurgles come, that's when the indigestion comes. So the basic rule of thumb I adhere to with food combining is just this: eat your water-dense, really easily digestible foods first, then wait a little while, then eat your heavier, fattier, protein-rich foods afterward. Pretty simple. So let's move on to flavor dynamics and how to use superfoods in recipes real quick. I like to think about the energetic properties of the foods I'm using. Here's a great example. If I'm doing something to really help to balance my adrenal, right? My adrenal glands are blown out, I'm gonna eat black foods like black tahini, black sesame, things like that, some Ayurvedic herbs that are really good in balancing those adrenal levels. I don't necessarily wanna combine that with cacao, because too much cacao can blow out your adrenals if you have too much of it. So from an energetic perspective with food, I like to concentrate on what my intention is. So if I'm trying to balance a certain part of my body or my body's systems, I don't want to combine that with an ingredient or a food that's going to help to knock it out of balance. You understand? So the energetic properties of the foods I'm eating have to be congruent and harmonious. Or let's say I'm trying to balance out my hormone levels. I'm going to combine things like maca, things like tribulus, things that are going to be complementary in helping to regulate my hormone levels. So again, thinking about the intention and the energetic properties is a really important thing to do when putting your recipes together. The third and probably most basic thing of how I put my recipes together and combine my foods is flavor dynamics. So we're going old school here. We're going into like what tastes good together. So when I think about things that taste good together, I'm going towards like the ethnic foods, right? I think about Indian foods, so I think about curry, turmeric, Ayurvedic spices, bacopa, but a little bit because bacopa has like pretty hardcore taste. Amla extract, cardamom, cinnamon, things like that that I know flavor profile-wise are gonna complement each other brilliantly. The bottom line, you guys, do your research, experiment with recipes, and trust your palate. So family, that's the basics on how I put recipes together. We've got food combining, and remember to eat your water-dense, really easily digestible foods first, your heavier, fattier foods after those digest and pass through. Second, remember to calibrate the energetics of your food, and remember the intention, the healing intention behind your food, and matching up the energetic properties of your food. And third, experiment, research, study flavor dynamics, and put stuff together that tastes good. So anyway, family, this is J-Wro with the Lolo. Give me a thumbs up if you dug my Lolo blog, and leave me a comment below on your strategies for food combining, energetics, and maybe some cool combinations of flavors and spices that I would enjoy trying in my kitchen too that you've come up with. I'm out of here, family. It's J-Wro with the Lolo blog, and I'm gonna throw some peaches your way. Peaches. Peaches.